The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, our players are after high chains, but they'll have to avoid the mystery as they play the most high-octane mode in the game. From twitch.tv/Puzzle Speedrun, it's time to play Endless. Hello, puzzlers. This is Cards of the Heart. Welcome to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Endless Speedrun Tournament 2025. I believe this is the third tournament we have held for this side mode. We tend to focus so much on versus play these days, having the monthly tournaments in the versus mode, that the other modes in the game tend to get neglected a little bit, that being Endless and Stage Clear. Well, this is the time of the year where we get the chance to show off those other modes and see what kind of other skill sets our players have. We've got 4 players ready to take on the Endless Mode Challenge today. Let me tell you how this is going to work. This is the Endless Mode we are playing on, and the goal of each race will be to get the maximum score of 99,999 points. The speed level on each race will be set to 1, and the game level between easy, normal, and hard, there's a little risk-reward system to be had with playing the higher levels. So easy is what most of our players will be playing on today. There's definitely one player that will be playing on the hard level. It is their choice. If you want to play on the harder level, try to get through the game faster, well, you better deal with the higher gravity of the panels. So I leave it up to the player's discretion. We are starting this tournament with a set of 3 qualifying races that will determine our top 4 bracket proper. We only have 4 players playing so far. We might have a 5th join us later, but in any case, we will be putting 4 people into a single elimination bracket afterwards. And in fact, I just got word that the 5th player, Ty, is going to be here and be in position. So we've got our 5 players set to play in this first race. We have BB Forky, we have FFR Pro 21, we have Ty, we have Wizard Person, and then we have our defending champion, Yoshi 112. Yoshi is just so much better than everyone else at this level that it seems very hard to believe that anyone else has a reasonable shot of winning. But we've seen some strange things happen before with this game, so I can't rule anything out. But my betting favorite would be Yoshi to win this one. And if Yoshi does end up winning all of these races like I expect they will, then they'll get a top seed in the tournament, no problem. All of the race winners will get automatic top seeds, and if we do get some repeat winners as expected in these 3 qualifying races, then the automatic spot will get passed over to the next person, and we'll keep doing that to have like 3 automatic top seeds seeded based on their single fastest time, and then the 4th player will be the fastest time from the non-winners. So there will be 2 people in this case fighting for that. And then in our bracket, it is a single elimination format bracket. Our semifinals matches will be best of 3, so first to 2 wins, and our finals will be best of 5, so first to 3 wins will earn the title of TA 2025 Endless Champion. Actually, I'm going to get a role in the community Discord server showing that little trophy, and the winner will be getting a % of the prize pool, which is currently set at $530. out of our goal of $1,000, which will expand the payout of the versus bracket that we are paying. And hey, our very own the Beefid314 got his power restored this morning, so he's able to come in and throw in a little subscription to the Puzzle Speedrun Twitch channel. That certainly bodes well for what can happen tomorrow. I'll tell you about that when that becomes relevant at the end of the show. So that means the prize pool will get turned into $531 out of our $1,000 goal. The champion of this tournament again will get 4% of that pool, so we're looking at about $21 to the winner of this race, and we shall see in just a bit who is going to win that race. Let's take you now to the first race of our set of 3 qualifiers, and it's gonna start right now. And as the standings get updated, we will see a nice little graphic like this that will show who has the best time in each race. Again, the automatic race winners will get the top seeds, even if someone who fails to win a race somehow gets a faster time. So we'll have that to keep in mind throughout as well. I will let our players know that they are ready to begin. And we've got timers counting down on racetime.gg, where we track all of these race results, and as soon as our players select their stage of choice, they are ready to begin. So this is the first race of 3 that we will be holding to determine our top 4 players for our single elimination bracket. And the goal of each race will be to try and chain as big as they can in order to get the maximum score of 99,999 points. And it's not going to be... I wish it could be as simple as it is in Pokemon Puzzle League, of just making the chain absolutely as big as you can make it. The problem, the wrinkle that this game provides by comparison, is that the scoring for chain matches actually stops after X13. The X13 chain scores 1,800 points, but the chains after that actually score 0, as BB Forky will demonstrate there, getting that Forky Strat mystery chain, as we call it. So our players will be trying to get up to the X13 chain, and then try to make as many random matches as they can during the very end of the chain, because every match you make during a particular chain link actually scores the same points as that chain link. So our players will be trying to rack up as much of that bonus as they can. And at the 2-minute mark, you see that it is FFR Pro who has the most points at the moment with 46,000, followed by Yoshi at 40,000. BB Forky has 33,000. Ty off screen has 31,000, and Wizard Person is at the 20,000 point mark. And again, getting the 13 chain link scores you 1,800 points. Getting the simplest 13 chain that you can get will end up scoring you a little over 9,000 points. Yes, over 9,000. Get it out of your system now. So our players will be trying to get the extra matches on top of that, and maybe they can get to like 13, maybe 15,000 points in a chain. Actually, give me just a second. I got some urgent business to attend to. Give me just a second. Sorry about that, puzzlers. I had a bit of a whirlwind of things going on this week. But unfortunately for FFR Pro, he is topped out without getting the maximum score. So his run is done, and he is going to DNF. He is not going to be able to reasonably get a good time here with that. He's got 2 more chances to get this done, so no worries about that. We'll log his time as 15 minutes. And he will give it another go in the next race. To check back with the rest of our players, Yoshi looks like also had a premature top out and is restarting. BB Forky's at 96,000, 98,000. He can't get one more match. One more match at the 13 chain look would have done it, so he's going to have to rebuild his chain again. But he is in the driver's seat to take this first qualifying spot, just as he did taking the first ever monthly versus tournament win. And that will be it as soon as this all resolves. That's going to clock in at 5 minutes 9 seconds for BB Forky. And Forky will be first to get an automatic top seed. Well done there. Next up, shortly after, is going to be Wizard Person. Just a few more matches to be made. And that will take care of that. I'm gonna make an executive decision on when that finished. Wizard Person, I will clock that in as a 5:43. So Wizard Person getting a nice and good time to start things off. Let me switch in the Ty POV and see if he can finish before Yoshi finishes his restarted attempt. Ty at 81,000 points to Yoshi's 80,000 points. You can see Yoshi playing on the hard level where the gravity is absolutely immense. It's like playing versus level 9 or 10. And someone with the extensive PvP background that Yoshi has, certainly no stranger to playing and excelling on level 10. Ty also has a lot of experience on level 10, but PvP play doesn't really require you to build up big chains like this. So unless you spend a lot of time speedrunning this level specifically, you're probably not going to have the training to be able to make 13 chains at that gravity like Yoshi's able to do. Well, after After the premature bonk, Yoshi will finish at 7:25. We'll certainly see a faster time than that in the next race. But we've got Ty here at 95,000. He's almost done. He's going to get to this soon. Going to finish well under our 15-minute time limit that we have for these races. Ty should have very little trouble getting this finished. I'll try to get something a little bit extra there, but that will work out just fine. That's going to officially clock in at 8:28. So our players will be finished with that. And after one race, it will be BB Forky in the lead with a 5:49, followed by Wizard Person at 5:43, Yoshi at 7:25, and Ty at 8:28. Let's get the second race set up and bring that to you shortly. Here we go with Game 2. FFR Pro and Yoshi will be poised to not prematurely top out and get much better times than they did in Race 1. They are both capable of getting times under 5 minutes, which is where our leader, BB Forky, off to the side, is at the moment. So we will look at Ty, FFR, Wizard Person, and Yoshi try and pull off the best runs that they can get. And you can see some aggressive stack raising towards the top row. You really need a lot of this field filled with panels in order to get to the 13 chain. And Yoshi here pulling off a very masterful performance of that, and on the hard difficulty, no less. Now, finishing out an 11 chain, though it still has close to 30,000 points already after a minute. Kind of crazy. You can see Yoshi playing on hard, or everyone else in the tournament is playing on easy, and that speed difference does show. And again, it's kind of the gravity is higher on the harder levels, so you have a bit of a risk to take on when you play on the higher level. So I'm welcoming players to try and take on that risk. I'm certainly open to trying to balance whatever skill discrepancies we may have by maybe restricting to the easy level going forward. But that is a conversation we are certainly welcome to have in our community Discord server. Yeah, Yoshi is just tearing through this mode like it's nothing. Is really effortlessly getting 13 chains and getting those extra matches at the end too, each one of those being worth 1,800 points. That is a massive point bonus to be able to get. There's a 10. Not quite getting the timing right for that 11 chain, but running circles around the rest of our players right now at 80,000 points. It is Wizard Person in second with 60,000. FFR Pro has 60,000 now. BD Forky has just reached 40,000. And Ty has 34,000. Again, these players are all fighting for a spot in our single elimination bracket. Only 4 players will make it in. And again, the winners of each of these races will get an automatic top 4 spot. Yoshi looks like they're about to do just that with a mystery chain for good measure. And our defending champion Yoshi logs in their first good time of the tournament. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. You can see just how effortless Yoshi makes it look. That's what a lot of training at this speed, at this gravity, will do for you. It's basically Dragon Ball training. Considering Yoshi is from Brazil, where Dragon Ball is absolutely beloved, that makes so much sense. It makes so much sense now. So let's rotate BB Forky back into the view as Wizard Person looks to be in the driver's seat to possibly improve their time at 90,000 points. FFR Pro playing at around 80,000. BB Forky just a couple thousand behind there, although BB Forky offline just got a bit of a flurry. Got up to 86,000 now. Wizard Person has improved from their first race with a 452. So Wizard Person currently in the driver's seat to get the automatic third spot. It is Yoshi right now getting the automatic second spot. So let's take a look at what BB Forky is up to. BB Forky is about to finish. Oh, needing just a little bit more. Oh, FFR starting a fresh chain. Oh, Forky just needs a couple more panels to pop. But it is FFR Pro getting to it first with a 551. BB Forky gets a 557. So that might turn out to be something to watch going forward. So with 4 players done, we now check in with Ty to see what he can do. He's at 72,000 points. And you can kind of tell there's a little bit of inexperience with this mode at play. Again, Ty is an active PvP player. He's been playing against humans for a long time. PvP play doesn't really demand you make big chains, and this mode definitely demands that you make big chains. I mean, the biggest possible combo you could score in this mode, like if you match 30 at a time, that scores you 1,300 points. Where if you cleared that same number of panels in a chain, you would get over 4,000 points. So you're just trying to chain and chain and chain this entire time. Like the combos starting from 4 combos score like 30, 50, 150, 190. They don't get up very high at all. Meanwhile, with the 2 chains, you start at 50, then go to 80, 150, 300, 400, 500, then 700 for an 8 chain, and 900 for a 9 chain, 1100, 1300, 1500, and finally 1800 for the 13 chain. And again, unique to Tetris Attack, the question mark mystery chains They don't have a score in the game. They score 0 points. Alright, tie is done at 8:30. Consistent, if nothing else. So that is very nice to see. So after 2 races, it is Yoshi taking the lead with a 328 for their best score, followed by BB Forky, the other automatic winner, clocking in at a 509. But Wizard Person is in third with a 452, and FFR Pro is right there with a 551. Both those players will certainly be fighting for a third seed and trying to not face Yoshi in round 1 of the bracket. So we'll go to game 3 and see which one of them will actually be able to take home the third seed, if not the second seed, outright. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll see you on the other side. Here we are with the final race of our set of qualifiers. It is Wizard Person and FFR Pro looking to fight for the automatic third spot and potentially having to avoid playing our defending champion Yoshi in round 1. So we'll see just how those 2 players will be able to do, and BB Forky will certainly be fighting to avoid getting put into that 4th spot for that first bracket match. So we've got quite the battle on our hands between the 4 players on screen to not only stay alive but avoid having to get a near impossible matchup in the first round. Well, it's a much better play from Ty here, off to a 22,000 point start. A very, very important chain sequence to get going there. Wizard Person is second here with 24,000. Gonna get that quickly built up to 34,000, almost 35,000. Wizard Person building up those matches at the end of the chain in a masterful fashion. That is how you want to end each of your chains. With BB Forky rocketing up into 32,000 points next to Ty. FFR Pros at 21,000. Yoshi off screen is at 61,000 points. I would not be surprised to see an improvement on Yoshi's time. This definitely requires a different skill set in order to excel at, and if you know how to make chains, you can definitely excel at this level. Alright, Wizard Person finishing another chain at 57,000 points. Now is in prime position to get that automatic third seed, and could potentially be on pace to capture the second seed away from BB Forky, who is currently at 51,000. FFR Pro is sneaking behind with 50,000. Gonna move up to 56,000 with that match flurry at the end. Oh, Ty needs to... Ty, watch your head. This isn't Versus, where if you top out, you get a little bit of time to respond. It's game over as soon as you top out. And Yoshi has topped out with the maximum score and has put up an even crazier time than in game 2. 3 minutes 13 seconds. So Yoshi has cemented the overall first seed in our bracket. Who will be second? Wizard Person definitely has the chain set up. Maybe one more chain sequence after this will be enough 13 chain is ready. At 89,000. Clutch swap there. Is it going to be Wizard Person at 89,000? Is it going to be FFR Pro at 86,000? Those are the two to watch right now. To see if they can take the second seed away from BB Forky. To, more importantly, try to avoid the fourth seed. Alright, FFR. Making some extra matches happen. Wizard Person doesn't have that much more to go. Gonna get this 6 chain, needs one more. That 7 chain will do it. And Wizard Person takes the second seed with a time of 4 minutes 35 seconds. And FFR Pro is right there with a 4:39. Wow. Oh, that will be something incredibly spicy to watch. It's very unfortunate for FFR. That's 4 or 5 seconds away from getting the second seed. That is quite the cruel hand that's been dealt to FFR. Not getting that win has doomed him to playing Yoshi in round 1. And I would have put those two as like the betting favorites to win it all. So that is quite the development that has happened here with this qualifying. Alright, BB Forky is going to get this wrapped up. We'll finish at a 5:42. And we'll keep that 5:09 from game 1 as a lock for the 3 seed. So, as we will set up for the bracket, we will end up saying goodbye to Ty from the endless proceedings, as he will not get a time good enough to qualify, but we will certainly thank him for his time yet again and see what he can do for his future tournaments. Maybe even might see him in 2 weeks for the stage clear tournament. Who knows? So we'll go ahead and watch Ty finish this out strong while I add the necessary players. And there's Ty done with his best time of the day, 7:20. So, well done from Ty. That is a new best race time for him. So good job for Ty for getting a race improvement. And we'll see him around some other time. But after those 3 races are done, we have Yoshi in first place with 3 minutes 13 seconds. Wizard Person's in second with 4 minutes 35 seconds. BB Forky, by virtue of winning race 1 with a 5:09, takes third place, and FFR Pro 21 takes the 4th seed. So this is gonna be incredibly spicy. We've got 2 highly competitive players next to each other in Wizard Person and BB Forky taking the 2 and 3 seeds, while Yoshi and FFR Pro will be playing each other in the 1-4 matchup. in our bracket. So we'll go set up that bracket, and then we will bring you the single elimination play for this Tetris Attack Endless Speedrun Tournament 2025. We will be right back. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Endless Speedrun Tournament 2025. Cards of the Heart back with you, and after 3 very quick qualifying races, we have our top 4 set. It is Yoshi 112 with a 3 minutes 13 seconds taking the first seed. Second seed is Wizard Person with 4 minutes 35 seconds. Third seed, BB Forky, 5 minutes 9 seconds. And FFR Pro 21, failing to win either of the 3 races, has to take home the 4th seed with 4 minutes 39 seconds. So that leaves our single elimination bracket looking like this. We will see Yoshi and FFR Pro taking each other on later on in this broadcast, but we will start by bringing you the Wizard Person, the BB Forky matchup, our 2-3 matchup, and that match is about to begin right now! Alright, we are ready to start this best of 3 matchup. On screen live, it is Wizard Person on the right, BB Forky on the left. And we will see how well these two will be able to chain. Is BB Forky getting a nice little drop, 12 chain, 13 chain onto that, and both players starting off their first chain with about 11,000 points, which is about what we would expect to see from players of this caliber. It looks like they're both going to be in a bit of a position to finish their races in about 5 minutes. So, looking very good for our players. BB Forky gets the 13 chain at the end, whereas Wizard Person does not. So it is Forky in the lead right now with 22,000 points to Wizard Person's 20,000 points. And this can definitely turn in the blink of an eye. You see the forward thinking that has to go into getting these big chains. Forky took a little extra time to get his chain started. Wizard Person could not quite get the 13 chain at the end, so it is Wizard Person now with 29,000 points to BB Forky's 26,000. And the sooner you can get started with these chains, the better. I mean, that 13 chain gets a juicy 1,800 point bonus. And our players are trying to maximize that as much as they can. Wizard Person now up to 40,000 points. Forky up to 36,000 points. There's not a lot of room for error here now. There's not a lot of room for Wizard Person to extend this chain. They're going to get to a 12. Going to get to 47,000 points. BB Forky now getting that drop 12 chain. Another drop chain. Now has 48,900 to Wizard Person's 49,000 now. Now Wizard Person rocketing off into another chain. Can't quite finish that sequence. So here's the opportunity for Forky to get a little counterpunch. And again, those of you just tuning in, this is a winner-take-all tournament. Only the winner of this tournament will get a piece of our crowd-funded prize pool, which sits at $531. Right now, it is BB Forky in the best position to go to the final. Starting off with this 7 breaching 60,000 points. Wizard Person is going to be a little behind the 8 ball in that regard, but this chain might help. Oh, can't quite get the 11 chain down in time. Settles for 61,000 28,000 points. Where now Forky is restarting the chain, using those purples as an opportunity to get the greens, the yellows going, then the greens. Gonna end up ending at 71,000 points for that chain sequence. That's gonna take probably 3 more double-digit chains to get this done. And as Forky builds a new chain past 72,000 points, Wizard Person starts a new chain at 72,000 points. So this one could come right down to the wire. Very clutch extension there for Forky to get to 80,000. Now Wizard Person is at 80,000. It's hard to get this one much closer than it already is right now, puzzlers. If you're watching live, the names are switched. They'll be fixed after the game. But BB Forky, looking to draw first blood here, drops that chain around the X9 link for 85,000, giving an opportunity for Wizard Person. Couldn't quite get the 12 chain there, but will end up getting also to 85,000. This is going to be so close. Forky is at the 13 chain. Getting one extra match. Second extra match. Critical. 97,000. Oh, can't quite get another chain going. Both players are now in a last-second ditch effort to get their final chains. BB Forky gets the last chain link. Just top out. And that is going to be, for BB Forky, 5 minutes 24 seconds. And right behind is Wizard Person, taking 5:39. And we shall award our 3 seed star number 1. So quite the back and forth start that we had from our 2 players here. Now we will get them going for game 2. And again, this is best of 3. So if Forky manages to win this next race, he will go to the final and play the winner of our next matchup, Yoshi 112 versus FFR Pro 21. So this should be a lot of fun. All of these remaining matches are going to be crazy. And our 2 players are ready, rip-roaring to go to get these next races going. Again, Wizard Person on the brink of elimination here. See if he can avoid some dropped inputs this time, as he says did him in that last race. Like, we really do get particular with our controller inputs around here. Oh, that was broken up with the 7 chain at the end. Very unfortunate for Wizard Person. So BB Forky will be rocketing out into the early lead with 13,000 points now. And you can just see the forward planning as to go into some of these chains. Oh, that's an early top out. Uh-oh. So with that kind of premature top out, it's up to BB Forky to quickly restart this. It may not matter in the grand scheme of things, but he has to try, because if Wizard Person tops out, then Forky will be back in the driver's seat. But that is a huge problem in a race with a 15-minute time limit. And Wizard Person holds steady, then he should be in position to force the decider. But you just got to keep playing. You've got to keep fighting if you think you have any shot. So we'll see what Forky can do to rebound. Does get 12 chain on the open. Certainly not hurting his cause. Alright, Wizard Person does find the 9 chain. There will be able to get this to a 13. One extra match for 37,000 points. Wizard Person well on his way to getting this match evened up. Yeah, 1 race apiece. Wizard Person going for the green drop-down maneuver. That requires a little more timing, a little more precision in timing than what you would otherwise do to make that chain go. But Wizard Person is certainly making these chains go right now. This lag chaining is also working very well for a while. Gonna be sitting at 50,000 points for a little while. BB Forky has made it back up to 27,000 points after about 2 minutes of his own play. There's a little extra break, a little extra match for Wizard Person to get to the chain extension. Gonna find a 12 chain with a 6 combo. Combos don't score that well, so you kind of don't want to make them. This mode is all about chains and how big you can make them. And the consistency in making them will definitely serve you well in scoring quickly. Wizard Person going to that other side for the 12 chain. Gonna lock in the 13 chain and get a nice score of 69,000 points. Hey now. So 3 more chain sequences will probably do it for our 2 seed. BB Forky over 20,000 points back at this point, but good effort to even get this close after such an early top out. Not quite getting it done there, so Forky will remain for a little bit at around 57,000 points to Wizard Person 78,000 points now. Another little drop down sequence. Gonna get the greens down there. Yes, sir. Going for that little insert. Drop things. You should be able to get this to a 13 with little trouble. Didn't see... Oh! Went for the reds to try and make the 13 chain. Didn't give him much of an opportunity to match anything else. So, he can get this done with 1 more chain. Gonna have to find some extra matches at the 11 or 12 chain links in order to get it done, though. He has enough panels to do it from here. And grab a blue there for the 11. Greens for the 12. 13. 1 more match. Can't find it. So Wizard Person will have to undergo 1 more little set of chains. And this 7 chain will do it. So top out to end the timing, and the Wizard Person improves on his game 1 time with a 5:21. And that will be enough to even the match at 1 game apiece. This one is certainly playing as advertised. We'll see just how close Forky can get this even after that top out. Like, he might have enough panels to do it here if he can find a bunch of X13 link matches. Every one of those matches at the 13 link would score 1,800 points. Need a couple more matches to do it. So, I don't think he would have been able to bring it home if he didn't top out. Yeah, I believe that he would have. Yeah, he has passed the game time of Wizard Person's run, so it wouldn't have been quite enough, but very commendable effort to even getting that even to this point. Okay, nice little slide for a 6-chain link there at the end. So Baby Forky will finish game 2 at 652. And we'll see how the rubber match will go in just a little bit. Game 3 is upon us. It is decider time. Who will go on and claim the first spot in our endless speedrun tournament finals? Will it be our 2-seed Wizard Person, or will it be our 3-seed BB Forky? Let's find out. Both players will have to be careful to make sure that they are able to keep up their chains up to the X13 link. BB Forky getting in some critical slides to be able to bring this up. Ah, it's a little mystery link which scores 0 points. So after one chain sequence, both players getting about the same result. And you can see on this easy speed that these players are playing on. Oh, both players running their color conflicts. BB Forky once again tops out. Oh no. Oh, that's a tough break. Oh no. That might end up doing it. Oh man. Man, it's so hard to actually make up that margin once you top out like that. A top out will be absolutely devastating. But that means it will be on Wizard Person now to not run into the same issue, and he is not happy with his shading right now. Oh, little tornado chain. I've remarked a few times about how well Wizard Person's able to pull those off. I'm actually kind of a little jealous, being able to just quickly insert two panels within the window of a little 3-pop. Like, I certainly can't do that well. So props to Wizard Person for being able to do that. And that was critical in keeping that chain alive. So looks like Wizard Person should be just fine to find a way to the... No, not quite getting to the 13 link in time, but still has a commanding lead now with 45,000 points to BB Forky's 30,000 points. Forky with a nice flurry of matches at the end to close a little bit of that gap. Once again, the Wizard Person dropping down a little bit of a sequence to up that chain multiplier. And again, it's not just building up the chains in this game. For this speed run, you want to have a bunch of matches at the ready. So it's one thing to get up to that X13 chain and get the 1800 point bonus. It's another thing to actually have multiple matches ready to also score 1800 points in the time that 13 chain link would resolve. Oh, look at these lag chains from Wizard Person here. He's up to 63,000 now. BB Forky aggressively raising the stack, trying to find some sort of lag chain sequence to be able to speed this up. Does decide to go left there with the 8 chain sequence. Can't get the insert in for the 9 chain. Meanwhile, Wizard Person finding the extra matches at the end there, now up to 76,000 points. So a couple more chains will be needed from our 2 seed in order to close this out. And if the chains continue to get dropped like that, that would be an opportunity for BB Forky to come back. Alright, we got purple, then red, then green, then yellow, then blue for Wizard Person to finish out at 13 chain. Up to 87,000 now. Forky getting a nice little mystery chain link for good measure. Shoutouts to Forky Strats. $88,000 now for Wizard Person. 74,000 now for BB Forky. Oh, getting to that 13 chain and clutches it out. Wizard Person will be taking home Game 3 with a time of 5 minutes 23 seconds. So, well done from our 2 seed. Wizard Person will be taking the first spot in the final of our Endless Tournament. I think this might have been how it played out for Pokemon Puzzle League Marathon, like last year or 2 years ago. I seem to have a brief recollection of the projected matchup from this tournament that we had in the finals of the previous one. I can't remember which off the top of my head. Alright, and there is Forky, done with a 617. If he hadn't topped out, he had what it took to get there. But unfortunately, those top outs do count. So we will be saying goodbye to BB Forky at this stage, and then granting our second seed star number 2 and the win. Quite the back and forth affair between those two, but Wizard Person held steady and kept it together long enough to keep that tournament hope alive. So let's go ahead and see if we can make this official. 2 games to 1. Wizard Person will be moving on to the final. Will he be playing Yoshi 112, the defending champion, or will he be playing FFR Pro 21 in the final, just like he did in the Versus tournament just a while back? So we'll take a look at this bracket, and we shall see after this who will Wizard Person be facing. Will it be the 1 seed Yoshi 112? Will it be the 4 seed FFR Pro 21? You're just going to have to stick around if you're live and find out after this next break. Stay tuned. You are watching League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Endless Speedrun Tournament 2025. Cards of the Heart here, back with you to bring you the second semifinal match of our single elimination bracket. It is the number 1 seed Yoshi 112, the undisputed champion of Tetris Attack, versus our number 4 seed FFR Pro 21, who was doing this first. Before there was Yoshi, there was FFR Pro. These two have been the champions of our endless and stage clear modes for a long time. These are the two that have won all of our recent major tournaments, and these are the two that I was expecting to be here at the very end of this endless tournament, but due to various developments, FFR Pro fell into the 4 seed and now has to deal with the beast that is Yosh in round 1. So we've got timers counting down on racetime.gg, where we track all of our race results, and we will see how these players will do as soon as they pick their stage of choice. A couple of froggy players here, I see. Let us know in the comments which stage you like to play on endless mode, because they all have their own aesthetic charms. Oh, Yoshi can't find the 8 chain to start that off, but you'll see that in the difference between how these two players like to play things. Yoshi has been playing this level endless for a long time, and has been playing in the PvP scene for a long time, so he is well versed in this gravity, well versed in how to chain in this gravity, and decides to play on the hard level because of it. And look at all the extra matches Yoshi's able to take advantage of too, even with the reduced amount of time from the 13 chain link compared to what FFR Pro is dealing with on the easy speed. There's definitely a lot going on to make this discrepancy possible. But you know, we've seen some top outs in this tournament so far, even from our very own Yoshi. So we can't rule out FFR Pro's chances to do something amazing here. Gonna find the 13 chain, gonna get up to 45,000 points to Yoshi's 53,000 points. The lead is not that small, but that little extra swap from FFR, swapping out of the chain, will definitely do things to hurt his chances. Yoshi once again finding the 13 chain without too much trouble, has nothing to follow up with after that. So they're going to be at 63,000 points. FFR is going to find a way to get to 59,000 points. So we're looking at about a 5,000 point deficit, which that generally takes more than a 10 chain link of difference to score. So it's not that large, but it's not that small either. Really depends on Yoshi having broken chain sequences like that for FFR to get back into this. FFR will be finding the 13 chain link here. Yoshi will get to a 12 and make some extra matches there. Yoshi needs one more sequence to take this first game. And it's gonna be close. Alright, one more sequence will do it. That's gonna take, like, at least a 4 chain. And these random matches will get it done. And there we have it. Yoshi 112 officially clocks in with a time of 3 minutes 55 seconds. And that will be enough to take star number 1. Like this is the kind of speed that you have to deal with at this fastest level. Yoshi is kind of in a whole nother realm above us mortals. We've seen the inputs firsthand. Like a long while ago, Yoshi did show off some controller cam, some keyboard cam, as it were. So we've definitely seen this speed firsthand. FFR Pro, not to be too outdone, gets a 455. So not a bad time by any stretch, but there's going to have to be a lot that has to happen to keep up with our defending champion in Game 2. We'll cut right to that and see if FFR will be able to make that comeback. We are ready for Game 2. Yoshi with the opportunity to punch their ticket into the finals against Wizard Person. FFR Pro still needs to win this race and the next race in order to stay alive. That's going to be hard to do with the increased gravity that Yoshi is able to manage by playing on the hard level. FFR stepping up to the normal level and tops out. Trying to play with the higher gravity gets a little too aggressive and bonks on the ceiling. You know, we've seen Yoshi bonk on the ceiling today, though, so it's not academic from here. Yoshi just kind of has to not play like just to not mince too many of the words that everyone else has been using in this turns, and not play like an idiot. Like, for our standards, we don't have to play aggressive from here in order to score big. It's not really stopping Yoshi from going big, already at 48,000 points. That is very massive after a minute and a half of play. Gets a little drop, gets a little slide. Breaks another little match for 12, and just like that, 61,000 points already. FFR now at 17,000 points, whereas Yoshi continues to go to work, finds another 13 chain, up to 72,000 now. This might be on pace for something even better. Nice little slide under to get that chain extended. Yoshi not restricting himself to the bottom row to start matches. Very crazy stuff. FFR is now up to 31,000 points on this retry. There's a world in which Yoshi can pull this off in this sequence. Depends on how many matches he can find. Not going to find enough there, but this does look fairly academic from here. Yoshi trying to multitask and start a lag chain to get this done. Finds an 8 chain. Not going to be quite enough. Another little 4 chain. 5 chain-ish will do it. And that's going to officially clock in at a 314. I think Yoshi got their groove back. We might have finally found peak Yoshi. Took an hour and a half of play, but we're finally seeing it, and that kind of time we just cannot. There's actually no one else in the world here that can keep up with that. That is actually crazy. That is a level that again, us mortals really have not been able to find. But we'll cheer FFR on as he tries to finish this up. And again, just cannot be understated what FFR has done in this community. All of the races that he's won, the Pokemon Puzzle League tournaments that he has won. We'll definitely see if FFR can defend his Pokemon Puzzle League championship when that major starts going in September. But even for being one of the best players in the world, FFR are just a bit outmatched in this matchup. Like a fair matchup with Yoshi over the course of 3 or 5 races doesn't seem possible. But I'm trying to do what I can to get a showcase of skill together and give other people a chance to play. But again, FFR Pro, no slouch in his own right, and we'll see. I don't know if he'll be around in 2 weeks to play the Stage Clear event, but Stage Clear being FFR's bread and butter, he would perform very well in that tournament. Most certainly. So, come join us. Come join our Discord server in 2 weeks, the 19th of April, for the Stage Clear event. I don't think we actually have enough signed up currently to host the Stage Clear event. So I would really encourage people to come to our community Discord server and sign up for the Stage Clear tournament if you have some time to kill. And we'll see if we can make that one happen. Alright, FFR almost done here. This last sequence should take care of things here. Just gonna go on big. Let's just go for it. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Can you scoot over 19 chain? Nice. Nice way to close that out. Nice little exclamation point for what FFR would say is an underwhelming performance. Well, I guess FFR is free to go back to playing Tetris the Grandmaster if he so chooses. I'm sure all the Tetris players are hyped for TGM4, which came out yesterday as this recording. So maybe that will soothe the pain just a little bit. But as for our first seed, that is star number 2 and the win. And we will see a pretty big clash in the final as we see number 1 versus number 2 fight it out. Yoshi 112 versus Wizard Person. But before we can get to that, let's make this result official. And with the 2-0 sweep, Yoshi 112 does indeed move on And this was about the only result we could have expected here. Yoshi, the heavy favorite to take out this tournament and win a nice little chunk of our prize pool. As the bracket is set, the finals are set. It's Yoshi 112 at his peak. We have Wizard Person and around their peak. Can these players outpeak each other and give us a finals match to remember? Let's find out on the other side of this break as we conclude the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025 Endless Bracket. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Endless Speedrun Tournament 2025. Cards of the Heart here to bring you the conclusion to our Endless Tournament. Quite the oxymoron, isn't it? We will have the 1 seed against the 2 seed play against each other. It is the 1 seed, the defending champion, Yoshi 112, against the 2nd seed, the artist formerly known as Tayman, but we know him now as Wizard Person. And Wizard Person will certainly have to be a whiz and make some magic happen in order for this championship to go his way. So I will let these players know that they are ready to start this best of 5 matchup for the title of TA 2025 Endless Champion. Here we go with this best of 5 conclusion to our Endless side event. It is Yoshi on the left, Wizard Person on the right. Yoshi playing on the hard level, Wizard playing on the normal level, stepping it up for this conclusion. The increased gravity will certainly have to be necessary in order to keep up a little bit with Yoshi's superior speed. Thing that also makes the extra levels after easy more complicated, which I haven't gone into great detail with throughout this tournament, is the appearance of the 6th panel, the dark blue panel. That does make matching a little more complicated to do. Anyone that is familiar with Puyo certainly knows how much more complicated going from like 4-color to 5-color Puyo gets, and the principle is the same here. So that just makes the things that Yoshi's able to do with this level on a regular basis all the more amazing. But right now, the lead is very small in Yoshi's favor. It was like less than 400 points for a little bit against Wizard Person. So Yoshi not quite getting off to the start, and he needs to in order to build any sort of separation. Gonna get to that 13 chain though just fine and build the lead back up to 35,000, now 29,000. It's gonna get to like 35,700 for Wizard Person, still maintaining about 500 points of a deficit. That's really not much. Looking at a 5-6 chains worth of difference for 500 points. This is quite the pleasant surprise for Wiz to be able to keep up with this much. Oh, Yoshi thought he had swapped that in for the 12 chain and did not. Who knows? Maybe he really is a wizard. Might still have to be a wizard in order to pull this off. But most of the chains are certainly there. Can't quite get the drop down for the 8 chain. Can Wizard Person. Now he's falling behind more than 20,000 points on our defending champion. Now Yoshi's superior consistency and speed is getting revealed. Now it's 74,000 to 43,000 in Yoshi's favor. And you know, Wizard knew going in that this was going to be a very tough one. So, I don't think he'll be disappointed in any results he gets in this race. Maybe just not top out. Maybe as long as he doesn't top out, he'll think he's played well. Because you can see the speed difference on display. There are just few people in the world that can play level 10 and chain to this extent like Yoshi can. Like even in the PvP scene, still Yoshi is respected greatly for that ability. The offense has very little peer, if anything. Wizard Person is definitely keeping up in their own right. Nice little 12 chain dropping in the 13 chain. And there goes Yoshi with the 430 race 1 time. And that is enough for star number 1. Let's see if we can listen into Wizard Person and maybe get some insight here. I did try to listen to Wizard Person earlier, and his microphone was on. I did not want to capture that, but we don't get to hear a lot from Blarg in these endless stages. Players tend to go with just playing the first Yoshi stage or Froggy, or I'm a Raphael main myself. I don't know about everyone else. Please let us know in the YouTube comments which stage you like to play on. Alright, this last chain sequence for Wizard Person should come close to doing it. A little bit of a color conflict stops that chain prematurely. So, looking like another little 6 chains going to be needed from here to get this done. There's a 3 chain, 4, 5, 6, and that will be fine. That will be a 615. Wizard a little disappointed in that one, but this was quite the uphill fight for a Wizard Person to have in the first place. This was definitely not going to be an easy one. So we'll get these players going on to game 2 in very short order. Here we go with game 2 of this best of 5. Yoshi getting the 430 in game 1. That seemed like a time that Wizard Person could have reached up to get to. So it doesn't seem as completely hopeless for our 2 seed as it may have appeared on its face, especially when this tournament started. But with how quickly Yoshi was able to get to that 11,000 chain start, Wizard only managing 9,000 on his open. That's asking for a lot. It's generally going to take like 9 sequences of chains in order to get the points necessary. That's 9 full sequences, averaging around 11,000 points apiece. But as you can see, even Yoshi is not capable of doing that on command. So trying to be aware of the points that you get at each chain link and knowing how big of a chain you need at any one time, especially in the end game of trying to close out these stages. It's a big thing that you have to remember. In fact, let me tell you about the points that you get at each chain link in a little more detail while we have a little time. Yoshi is about to reach 40,000 points, and Wizard's chain is about to get them into the 30,000 mark. So, still a bit of a ways to go for a Wizard person. But as far as the chains go, the first chain, the X2 link, doesn't really score that much. It's 50 points. It starts out very modestly. It starts at 50 points, then it goes to 80 points, 150 points for the 4 chain link, 300 for the 5 chain, 400 for a 6 chain. So the most basic 6 chains by this point, when you get the maximum fanfare that the game gives for a chain size, you're scoring a little less than 1,000 points. You're getting 980 points for a basic 6 chain link, and that's not including the 10 points that you score from panels popping. That doesn't include the 1 point that you get for revealing a new row of panels manually. So there are a few ways to score points in this mode, but by and large, we're focusing on trying to figure out the chains. Because after the 6 chain at 400 points, there's a 7 chain, 500 points, 8 chain, 700 points, then 900, 1100, 1300, 1500 points for a match at the 12 chain link, and then 1800 points for the 13 chain link. Now, if this was Pokemon Puzzle League, you could keep scoring that 1800 points ad infinitum for as long as you could keep the chain up. In this game, after the 13 chain link, you get a little mystery chain, a little question mark tag onto the chain link, and in this game that scores 0 points. So this mode's endless speedrun does provide a unique challenge of trying to get to the 13 chain link and then trying to get matches maximized afterwards. And no one else in the world has shown consistently the level of excellence needed like Yoshi has here once again. Another sub 4 minute time. A 3:56 is going to be enough to win their second star. So this is becoming quite the performance from our defending champion, looking in more than good enough form to be able to repeat. And might have to have a little bit of an extra challenge for our defending champion, as Ty BD certainly puts well in the live chat. At this rate, we might need to make Yoshi play with one hand. Which, I mean, I've tried to play versus mode with one hand. There are a few people that have tried to play this game one-handed. I don't care what kind of controller you use to do that. I do not recommend it. Absolutely not recommended. Now, we can come together in our community Discord server and come up with options for maybe leveling the playing field in a way that keeps things competitive while still showcasing skill. Like, maybe we cap the maybe we cap the game level at easy, and only allow players to agree to up the level. But I don't. Maybe going forward we make the players play on the same level. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas to make this more interesting to play. And let us know about that in the YouTube comments if you were interested in playing this mode. I'd be surprised if a person can get out of Lakitu on easy if you make them play one-handed. Well, might have some videos to show you later on. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Wizard person swagging out at the end, getting a 709. So we'll get to a game 3 to close this out as soon as we can. Is this going to be the final game of this endless tournament? Yoshi has the power to make that so. Or will Wizard Person come up with the comeback to end all comebacks in the history of our tournaments? Let's find out with this game 3 underway. Yoshi wasting 0 time getting the chain started. 12,800 to start that first chain. That can take out an entire chain sequence if you are able to consistently do that. It's not inconceivable to be able to beat this level optimally in like 7 or 8 chain sequences. For most players executing at their peak, it would take 9 chains. But Yoshi, as I have stated and tried not to oversell to my detriment many times, Yoshi is playing on a different level than the rest of us. On a different plane of existence, too. But no, we can see from how these chains are being played out, Yoshi is still human. So Yoshi is finding all of the extra matches to score the crazy amount of points. And just like that, that's crossing the 50,000 point mark in under 2 minutes. Halfway through this goal incredibly quickly and just spamming all the extra matches at the top, 1,800 points a pop. That's a crazy amount to get in such a short time. Didn't even have to do that much to get to that 12 chain link. Already at 71,000 points. Wizard Person, you're getting an 11 chain, going up to 28,000 points, but still way behind. Yoshi couldn't find an 18 chain link, but it's going to get a bunch of matches at the 12 chain link for 1,500 points a pop. Alright, Yoshi, you might want to We need some sort of mercy rule. Yoshi's styling right now, trying to get some extra swag in. Like, okay, this I can see being just a little unfair. Oh, throwing down the lag chain, so I was going to see the purple in time to get that to a 9 chain. But this game does love to try and overwhelm you with a bunch of stimuli. Okay, I think Wizard Person just wants to watch this end. Like, being down by 50,000 points. It was going to be a hard time to come back anyway. Yoshi might need one more sequence after this. I can't get one more match to finish it out. This will still be a good time. That 6 chain will finish it, and that's going to be a 404. Time not found. More like difficulty not found. Yoshi not finding this difficult in the slightest. And that will end up deciding it. Let's see if we can get a good finish for this one from Wizard Person. Let's see if he can crank out a good conclusion to what has been quite the event for our 2 seed. This, I believe, being the first endless tournament we've seen Wizard Person in. I think they actually, maybe it was a Pokemon Puzzle League Spa Service event I saw. I remember seeing him get to against Yoshi. Maybe that was the finale I was thinking of. Maybe it was like the 2023 Pokemon Puzzle League Spa Service tournament I remember seeing. But this is the first endless tournament that Wizard Person played in, and like, you know, I thought FFR was going to be the one in this position, but Wizard Person definitely earning his keep as a Tetris Attack player. Yeah, we may have to stop calling Wizard Person the Pokemon Puzzle League specialist after this. Just saying, we might have to drop that title from his moniker, because like we've seen over the years his Pokemon Puzzle League prowess be a threat to win every time. But we didn't see those heights from Tetris Attack. But this year, we're starting to see those heights. So, we might have to start looking at Wizard Person as a serious threat in both games going forward. In this endless tournament, especially, well, at least before the end of this, really showing why he is one to pay attention to. I mean, I lost to this guy in the Versus tournament. So that should be proof enough why he is such a threat. But if you missed out on this endless tournament, we do have another chance for those of you watching to participate. In 2 weeks, we will be having the side event for stage clear. As much as we love versus, I think endless and stage clear tend to demonstrate the skill sets that are just a little bit better at separating the good players from the great players. So Saturday, April 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time is when you will want to be here to watch the stage clear event, if not play in it outright. Like, if you've got some time to kill, then by all means, check out our stage clear event. Okay, well, Yoshi was just styling there, literally running laps around Wizard Person. So let's put on some other music here. Wizard Person does have his microphone on. I haven't had the heart to tell him to mute it. Alright. Understandable. Like, at that point, it's just whatever. Well, I'm gonna count this as a 15-minute DNF. It's just what do you do about that? What do you do with times like we just saw there? Unbelievable. But that means that Yoshi 112 picks up star number 3 and the win. Hard level is too much for most of our players. Not for Yoshi. Yoshi showing that they are a bit of a master of the hard mode, and that certainly goes a long way towards separating the greats from the best. And today, Yoshi showing they are still the best. There they are, your TA 2025 Endless Mode champion, Yoshi 112. Again, only one person has ever won this endless side event that we hold every year. And today, that has not changed. So congratulations to Yoshi 112 for claiming another side event title yet again. And we'll be taking home that 4% of our crowdfunded prize pool. Confirm that in the bracket as I update this in real time. But again, that win will automatically reserve Yoshi a piece of the prize pool pie. That prize pool currently sitting at $531 out of our ultimate $1,000 stretch goal. We're already getting the top 8 players from our Versus tournament paid out. If you want this share to go up even higher for Yoshi and the rest of our remaining players, then by all means contribute to our prize pool. And with that, I think there's really nothing left to be said. GG's once again to Yoshi for showing why they are the absolute best at this mode. And before I go, Puzzlers, I do want to give a little bit of a programming reminder. We are set for tomorrow. We've got 2 great matches in the losers quarterfinals of our Versus tournament to bring you tomorrow. Not only will we see BB Forky take on FFR Pro 21, But the Beefin 314 and I will get to lead things off. And those two matches will definitely be must-see television on twitch.television. I'm trying to even remember whose joke I just stole there. But in any case, there is a new time to be set for tomorrow. It is not at the usual streaming time that we hold here. We've had to delay things an hour in order to make sure that we can bring both those matches live. So it is 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, not 2 p.m. Eastern Time when the festivities will start. So make sure you set your watches and your alarms and everything else. You'll definitely want to not miss any of what is about to happen tomorrow as we whittle down the final 6 of the Versus Tournament to the final 4. But as for this endless tournament, again, congratulations to Yoshi112 for winning the endless tournament, and we hope we'll see you, everyone, we'll see all you puzzlers again in 2 weeks for our stage clear event. That's going to do it for us for today. For everyone at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Card to the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.